Hello, my name's Professor Brett Davies and I'm a barrister and solicitor at Legal Consolidated. Well, people are trained to do different jobs. If you're a sparky, you're trained to be an electrician. If you leave one job as an electrician, you're allowed to go practice your craft, your trade or your profession somewhere else. So if you're an accountant, you've been trained to be an auditor, and you leave, you can still continue to be an auditor. The government does not want to stop that, and you cannot. If you have a restraint of trade that stops someone from performing their professional duties or their trade, then that restraint of trade is prima facie void. On the face of it, not worth the paper it's written on. But there are things that you as an employer can protect. Let's look at some obvious ones. You can't take the desk. If your employee leaves, they can't take the vase, the carpet. Well, what about the client base? Is it on their computer? Well, unless your employment contract says that you can enforce them to delete it, they may be able to keep it on the database and their smartphone. So that should be in the employment contract. But what about a restraint of trade on the database as far as time's concerned? How many months can you stop someone from before they can take the clients of the old practice? Or how many kilometres from where the practice is based? If the practice is based in Wagga, is it 40, 100, the whole of the eastern seaboard, the whole of Australia? These are things that are written into the employment contract. Now, there's a thing called the blue line principle, which requires that you have, under the restraint of trade, ability to be able to blue line different things out. So first you'd start off with all of Australia, your home state, 100 kilometres, 10 kilometres, 5 kilometres. And if any of those are too wide, the court can really just blue line out those things that don't apply. It's the same with time frame. So in this case of Entello Proprietary Limited, a financial planning business, they would have benefited from having an employment contract which had that in there so that the employee could be stopped. So they had to go to court and enforce a 6-month time period so their ex-employee couldn't take clients from the client base. Now, if you want to see an employment contract, you can see one for free on our website. There's a sample there with explanatory memorandums. There's a link to it there. Have a look at that. Telephone us if you need any help. One of the advantages of building your employment contract on our website is that we are a law firm. So you are building your legal document directly on a law firm's website. Therefore, you retain legal professional privilege, you get direct access to the law firm's PI insurance, and you get legal advice. You can even telephone us and we can help you answer the questions. And finally, on every single document we sell, you get a letter of advice signed by one of the partners of this law firm. That's the advantage of using a law firm. Please enjoy it and telephone us if you need more help.